Team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. On the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. A nice win against the Hornets in Charlotte, their last game. It went the distance, too, as they needed overtime to win it.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
A lot of people, Steve, talk about the length of the season, 82 games. Do you think the league will ever reduce that number?
No, I don't think so. I think the commissioner's done an excellent job of trying to spread out games. He's cut down the back-to-backs, and so it's given some guys some much-needed rest, and I think they've looked at the travel schedule, so I don't think they ever want to reduce the number of games. The league is going well right now with 82.
And you've got to keep, Steve, the regular season relevant.
Yes.
Don't you? It's got to matter. It's got to matter.
I think so, and I think that's the reason why. I think they might change the playoff format, but I don't think they would change the regular season.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Chicago right now, and down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. Levine and Parker are the wings, and it's Dunn in at the guard position. Now, here's Dunn. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Charlotte. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Cody Zeller.
We've seen real improvement from Chris Dunn at the free throw line. Used to be his Achilles heel.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he ends up missing both free throws.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
Now, here's Walker. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Pass to Zeller. 5 to shoot. Good work defensively by Carter.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, struggling to find any daylight.
Parker's shot is off. The Hornets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Here's Lamb, and he drops it in from the low post.
And there's the first bucket of the evening.
Should be an interesting game. Both teams coming in ready to do battle.
Now we go to David Aldridge, who spoke with James Borrego. David.
The frustration was evident in his voice when I asked him about their record. He told me, well, we've been learning the hard way. Anything less than 100% effort will not get it done. We want our guys to recognize that and be hungrier than they've been. Is it talent? Is it effort? Well, they're still trying to figure it out. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Now here's Levine. 9-point game his last outing.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
Well, he has the ability to get you off on the right foot. Now it's just about sustaining it.
Here's Walker all alone. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Walker's got 5 points so far. Bulls trail by 3.
Lots of drama last season for the Chicago Bulls. It started with the Jimmy Butler trade, but then you had the Portis-Mirotic scuffle. That wasn't good.
Here's Carter. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Stolen by Carter. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Now here's Lamb. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Chicago. Shot clock at 5. Count it. That's 7 points for Kemba Walker. We're talking about Mirotic. He no longer wanted to play on a team that had Portis on it, which forced Chicago's hand.
You know, the team tried to make peace between them. Portis even apologized, but it became clear that one of them had to go. Turned out to be Mirotic.
Here is Carter. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Carter, the pass to Parker. Kick out to Levine. And it's good on the assist by Parker. And it's 7 points for Zach Levine. The Hornets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
In the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Fatigue comes into play when games go into overtime, and you saw they just had no gas left in the tank in that loss.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Chicago also making some changes. Felicio's checked in for Carter. Bobby Portis comes in for Markkanen, and it's Valentine in for Dunn. Now here's Portis. Parker. The putback. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Now here's Monk, the fast break chance. Hernan Gomez. The tip in on the offensive rebound. Hernan Gomez has got his first points in this one.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Levine kicks to Felicio. Screened by Parker. Just 5 to shoot. Felicio with the bucket.
Excellent play call there. The defense was not prepared for the pick, and as a result, they gave up the wide open look.
Parker passes to Hernan Gomez. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And he's already patted himself on the back and forgot to put the ball there in the basket.
The pass to Portis. Parker sets the screen for Portis. Here's Felicio. Portis the screen. Back to Felicio. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Passes it to Kid Gilchrist. And slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
They set the screen. Bean passes to Felicio. Another 3 for Chicago.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
And then Monk with the dunk.
Extraordinary work from Parker to find his teammate for the open basket. His passing is just phenomenal.
Levine with it. He's got 7. Portis the screen. Portis a screen on Parker. Levine kicks to Parker. Back to Levine. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Portis. And Portis throws it down.
That's nice patience by Zach Levine. Finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. It's the Bulls up 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
And I felt like in that first period, the difference really was their ability to execute offensively.
Yes, and make the extra pass. I love that about their game. So far tonight, extremely unselfish.
Chicago leading. Parker and Monk, that's their backcourt. Kaminsky out there with Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Now, here's Valentine. Lopez outside, 4 on the shot clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Steve, in today's game, it's so important to have a high-level talent who can make contested shots.
Yeah, it is. I mean, some of those guys are LeBron James that make shots with guys hanging all over them. Kevin Durant, because of his size. Kemba Walker, Damian Lillard. What I love right now is guys are comfortable to be able to shoot contested shots. Not like we did back in the day. You would just move it and try to get a better shot.
That one is no good.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
The feed to Kaminsky. Monk, the pass to Kaminsky. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
Levine kicks to Parker. Pass to Felicio. Lopez sets a screen for Levine. There's the pick. Off the screen. Gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
Excellent use of the screen there to free himself up and create space to make the open J.
Parker outside. Dishes to Monk. Off target from three-point range. And Chicago shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. It's stolen by Monk. And Felicio is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Hornets. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Lamb comes in for Monk. And Walker subbed in for Tony Parker. Then for the Bulls, Carter, he's checked in for Felicio. Lowry Marketing comes in for Jabari Parker. And it's done in for Levine. The Hornets shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And the first one drops. And some changes here for the Hornets. Zeller comes in for Hernan Gomez. And it's Williams in for Frank Kaminsky.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And Lamb kicks to Batum. From past the arc, buries it from three-point range. Batum's got the lead up to 3 now for Charlotte.
Further proof that you can't leave anyone in this league that wide open.
Nick Batum, a versatile swingman out of France, a solid shooter and able to create for himself and his teammates.
Knocked away. He kicks the Lamb. Back to Batum. 6 on the shot clock. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Bulls trail by 3. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Right side to Walker. It's hauled in by Dunn.
Woo, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point blank range, and he missed it.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Now, here's Batum. No good from outside. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Picked by Markkanen. Lopez dishes to Markkanen. The wing jumper off target.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is, everything but the finish.
And Lamb kicks to Walker. A 3-ball. That one doesn't go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
Back to Lopez. Launches it. Walker with the rebound. Charlotte has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Batum. Pass to Lamb. 1:39 left here in the second. Charlotte no good that time either.
Come on, that's your bread and butter. You can't miss that.
Valentine passes to Lopez. Back to Valentine. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Now here's Lamb. Defense right on him. Williams against Lopez. Williams double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so here is Chicago. For Chicago, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And here is Dunn. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Carter kicks to Dunn. Back to Carter. Markkanen sets the pick for Carter. Inside. Second chance shot over Williams. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Markkanen. Carter's got 4 points in the quarter. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
For Charlotte, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Going to the line, Nicholas Batum.
First free throw is good.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Kid Gilchrist is checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And Parker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Here's Felicio. Just 5 on the clock. Portis. And a miss there on the triple. The Hornets have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. First free throw is good. And Kid Gilchrist drops them both. 5 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Dunn. And it goes at the buzzer.
Digging deep to hit that shot. That shows some serious guts right there.
Oh, man.
Ending this one with a bang.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. Shaq, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Few isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
Well, just a great offensive performance tonight. The play calling, the passing, the shooting, it was all working. They forced the defense to stretch itself thin, trying to figure out who to cover. And that created a lot of room for the shooters and spot-up jumpers.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
The scene at night here in Uptown Charlotte, where we welcome you back to the action. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Levine and Parker of the wing. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. And it's Dunn in at the point guard.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Zach LaVine won back-to-back dunk contests in 2015 and 2016. The second one against Eric Gordon, an all-time classic.
Now Dunn, following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. Dunn passes to Carter. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 5 rebounds tonight. And a wide open look for Lamb. Hits the jumper in space. Lamb's got his second bucket of the night. And Dr. J said it best. Zach LaVine is among the greatest performers in dunk contest history.
LaVine doesn't actually dunk a whole lot in regular games, but when he gets out in transition, though, step back.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That's foul number 2 for him. Hornets trail by 4. Now here's Lamb. Shoots from the line. Kept alive.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
Here's Dunn. He's got 6. 90 seconds now into the second half. Kicks to Markkanen. Bulls moving the ball around. Clock at 4. Dunn passes to Carter. And stolen by Zeller. Now here's Lamb. Guarded by LaVine. High post try. And Lamb with the basket on the assist from Batum. Lamb's got it all tied up now for Charlotte. Down against Walker. Dunn passes to Markkanen. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And Parker with the block. And he's able to get it back. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Picked by Markkanen. LaVine off the pick. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And a wide open look for Walker. Wide open shot is on the money. Walker's got the lead up to 3 now for the Hornets.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That is his first foul of the game. Steve, more and more we hear about players wanting to be traded. The information comes out publicly, whether they leak it or their agent leaks it. Is this a new development in your opinion?
Yeah, I think because of social media, Kevin, right now, everybody hears a little bit, and even if it's true or not true, it can spread like wildfire, and it can reach so many different people because of social media quickly, and I think that's the problem we're having right now. It's, you know, social media can be a plus, but it also can be a negative.
It's a good observation. Shot's good by Walker. And now a 5-point Charlotte lead.
Soft interior defense. You know he's going to be aggressive.
LaVine kicks to Valentine. Carter down low. Hernan Gomez covering. 2 points. That one goes. Valentine's got 5 points so far.
You look at that lead pass there. He just has such a great feel for the game.
Walker dishes to Batum. And there it is for him. He has 7. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, an amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Charlotte making some changes. Mike Kaminsky, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Monks subbed in for Walker. Felicios checked in for the Bulls. Portis comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And LaVine throws it down.
And we've seen this before. Zach with the ability to put up points in bunches.
Charlotte leading by 3. Parker outside. Monk with the ball. Picked up by Portis. Excellent use of the screen that time.
In this second half, it's been a disappointing turn of events for them defensively. The focus, the intensity, just not there.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Monk, no one around him. A 3-pointer, no good.
Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Felicio And the rebound goes to the Hornets. I think Gomez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Parker against Levine, and Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. .55 seconds left here in the third quarter. Parker's shot is off.
The open mid-range jump shot. He knows he has to hit that one.
Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Valentine.
And so far are going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Parker. It's deflected. Here's Portis. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Now just a 1-point Hornets lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Hornets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for your Hornets, shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Monk is an interesting player. A combo guard with fantastic scoring potential, quick on both ends of the floor.
Bulls trail by 3. Parker with the steal.
And quarter's almost over. You don't want to give the ball back here.
Gotta be smart about it. Even if you miss, you want to leave no time on the clock.
There's a good screen. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. And it's going to be 2 free throws through contact on the shot.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Outdone. Portis a screen on Parker, and he trains the 3, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor, but replays here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Hornets lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision, and it takes good decision-making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Parker and Monk, that's their backcourt. Michael Kid Gilchrist out there with Kaminsky. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Goes up, and then Monk with the dunk.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Monk. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Fred Hoiberg was talking to his team during the timeout. He's not satisfied with their effort level. He said, we're not hustling out there, guys. We are not going to win that one. I promise you. We've got to get out there. We'll see how his team responds.
Hornets leading by 6. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dunn. And here's the upcoming schedule for Charlotte. On Saturday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Kaminsky with the ball. Picked up by Portis. Back to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Lamb. That one, no good. And the Bulls going the other way now. Here's Portis. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Hernan Gomez has got his 5th rebound in this one. Parker outside. It's hauled in by Dunn. Dunn's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Parker. Here's Levine. And Levine throws it down.
So smooth in the air. It's like Zach LaVine floats up, then drops the hammer.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Parker passes to Lamb. Back to Parker. Sweet little floater. And the Hornets lead by 6.
Terrific move by Tony. Not always the flashiest ball handler, but extremely effective.
Portis kicks to Felicio. Outside, Levine. A 3. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte leading by 6. 17-foot shot on the way. Outside, Levine. There's a screen. And there's the pass to Felicio. Now here's Lamb. Guarded by Levine. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Hornets. Williams, he's checked in for Kaminsky. Batum comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And Walker subbed in for Tony Parker. The Bulls making a change here as well. Markkanen's checked in.
A good screen made all the difference. It led to an open look.
Dunn against Walker. Dunn passes to Markkanen. And he comes up with the deuce.
Everyone knows about Markkanen from range. Also has the tools to challenge inside.
Now here's Lamb. Defense is right there. And Levine comes to help. Hernan Gomez kicks to Walker. Shoots the 3. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
It's hard to disagree with the timeout here, as the team badly needs to regain focus. They're out of sync offensively, way too many turnovers, and looking frustrated. They need to get back to their pace, their brand of basketball.
Bulls making a switch here. Carter's checked in. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
The second half, they haven't taken care of the basketball. Simply put, more turnovers now that could hurt them later.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. And here's Walker outside. Here's Hernan Gomez. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And the Hornets lead by 12. Chicago's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Here's the screen. Carter with the screen on Walker. Dunn dishes to Carter, and it's blocked. Fast break now for Charlotte. Walker leading the charge. Over Dunn. Walker's shot is off. Bulls trail by 12. Carter kicks to Parker. Carter with a screen on Batum. Back to Carter. From downtown. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight. Charlotte leading by 9. Here's Walker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Going to the line, Kemba Walker. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits. That one falls, so he hits both of them. You know, Steve, in the NBA, you know exactly how much your peers are making. Do contract numbers ever bring out animosity between players?
Yes, they do, Kevin. I mean,
really?
When you look at some guys, you see those guys starting to say, I'm putting up better stats than him, but he's making more money. And then it will become the elephant in the room when the guys start to talk about it. They start not passing to each other. Yes, guys do know exactly what other players make, and sometimes there can become some animosity between the two.
Oh, that's here's Levine on the paint. That's tipped. 59 seconds left in the game. Walker the pass to Hernan Gomez. Markkanen pulls it in.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Carter dishes to Markkanen. Bulls moving the ball around. Dunn kicks to Carter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Parker drives in. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Nobody near Williams. No good with the triple.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
There's some big-time teaching moments tonight. Hopefully, they become a better team for it.
Here's Dunn. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
And Dunn is just a clutch performer. This guy knows how to step up when it matters most.
And that's an intentional foul.
At the line for your Hornets, shooting 2, Jeremy.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 8. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole. It's hard to climb out of.
You know, this part of the game, focus on good execution. The rest will take care of itself.
Lopez, a screen on Williams. Williams with the steal. And so it's Charlotte with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah.